Hello class and professor, I'm going to present my week 2 soap note video. So the case which I saw, the patient which I saw, we will call her as DK. So DK is a pleasant 52-year-old female who came to the clinic accompanied by her son. Patient and her son appears to be a reliable historian. The chief complaint that the patient told was her right side shoulder was hurting a lot. Her history of present illness. So patient walks into the clinic with this right side shoulder pain that began 3 months ago, shortly after she started painting her house. She denies any prior episode of the same issue. As per patient, her pain has gradually increased from the day she started painting her house, which took around a week for her, she told. And she described the pain as stiff and achy pain. She reports the pain radiating to the right side bicep, and again, it was all very gradual. On the right side of the bicep was her pain radiating, and she pointed the pain on the more on the outside of her shoulder. Patient states that the duration of the pain is continuous, and when asked to rate the pain from 0 to 10 scale, she rated her pain as 5 out of 10. For the alleviating and aggravating factors, she told that attempting to raise her arm or shoulder makes her pain worse, and she feels that her range of motion is restricted. And what makes the pain better, so she told, like, if she rests and do not do much activity with her affected extremity, it's a little better, and the over the counter Tylenol she's taking, it helps a little with her pain, even though she told that the pain was never zero for her. For past 3 months it's always been there. Talking about her medical history, she do have hypertension for past 7 years, diabetes for past 8 years, and hypothyroidism for past 2 years. Her surgical history is mainly GYN related. She had hysterectomy. Before that, there was a normal vaginal delivery, and she had 2 kids. Her social history is she denies any use of alcohol or any illicit drugs, no smoking. She does accept of drinking caffeine 2 to 3 coffees a day. Her marital status, she is currently married and has 2 kids. Working status, she currently works at the back office for a company. And for the exercise, she told that she do not exercise on regular basis. Whenever she get chance, she'll do a little bit here and there. Especially with this arm, she told that she's not doing much these days. For her active medication for her blood pressure, she takes lisinopril 10 mg once daily. And for her sugar, she takes glipizide 2.5 mg extended release tablet once daily, and metformin 500 mg twice daily. For her thyroid, she takes levothyroxine 50 mcg once daily. She does have blood pressure machine and the blood sugar machine at home to check. For the allergies, she is not known to any allergies. Oh yeah, and she does take Tylenol to over the counter as needed for pain. Her vitals look good in the office. For her physical examination, her general, she was fine, not in any acute distress, no complaint of any weight loss or weight gain, no fever or any chills. For her eyes and her ENT, everything appeared to be normal. For her neck, she was having a full range of motion, full active range of motion. For her respiratory, her lung sounds were clear to auscultation. Her heart sounds were normal, regular rhythm. We didn't hear any extra sounds. For the musculoskeletal, so her lower extremities, the gait was normal with full range of motion. But for the upper extremity, the left side, there was full range of motion. For the right side, her active and passive range of motion, we saw like it was limited to 120 degrees. She didn't go all the way to 180 degrees. With palpation, there was no tenderness as such felt on palpation, only when she was raising her extremity. That time she felt like it was like really stiff. and her arm drop test was negative. For the neurological, she was awake, alert, and oriented with no any focal neurological deficits. So for the assessment here, and for the differential diagnosis, based on what history she gave us, my differential diagnosis would be a posterior dislocated shoulder. Now it can again present as evidenced by, or it can present with a shoulder pain and a limited range of motion, but it is mainly related to any specific trauma or any traumatic event. My second differential diagnosis would be rotator cuff injury. Again, because patient was having this limited range of motion, but patient did not complain of any fall or any injury as such. So I would rule out that. And my third differential would be referred pain. Again, it can be due to any cervical or spine, cervical spine or any malignancy, but her history did not say anything about that. My final final diagnosis is adhesive capsulitis, or which is also known as a frozen shoulder. So that is ruled in because of the pain, and there was a marked decrease in range of motion, especially on the external rotation. And clinically it presents with pain, stiffness, and dysfunction of the affected extremity. And the other main thing to look is it is high prevalence in diabetic and hypothyroidism, and our patient have both diabetes and hypothyroidism. Talking about plan, so what we ordered in the clinic was x-ray of the right shoulder, and we advised, based on her previous lab, we saw that her creatinine function was fine, so we advised her to take ibuprofen in combination with a muscle relaxant was prescribed to her, that is tizanidine 2 milligrams at bedtime. And we told her after the x-ray we will see if we need to make an ortho referral for any intra-articular steroid injection. Also CBC, CMP, EKG and A1C was ordered for her. EKG just to see if there is any other thing going on that is referring, that is making her right shoulder pain worst. And she was also instructed on the range of motion exercise. She was also advised to put on heat application for 15 minutes a day. Thank you.